Remember, Judaism is thousands of years. Zionism was created only a little over 100 years. And they fought this, but not only is the concept, the ideology of Zionism in opposition to the Torah, in action, what they took in order to reach this goal of having a land is in every aspect, in every facet, a rebellion against God, a breach and totally rebelling against all God's commandments. For instance, in the Torah, it says, "Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal." It says that we must emulate God. Just as God is compassionate, we must be compassionate. Now, Zionism comes along and decides to create a state. First, they wanted to create their national home in Uganda because they really were looking to further themselves from God. But these people were practical, and when they understood and they discussed in their meetings in Basel and Switzerland in 1897 and the other meetings they had, and they discussed that if they'll try to just make their national home in some fruitful land, who will support them? So they changed their plan, and they said, we will go to Palestine, and we will wave the Bible, and we will say, see, this is the land that was given to us by God, and we are going to now retake it. Basically, being that these people were godless and didn't have the morals of the Torah, they had no compunctions in pulling a con job, a total falsification of the truth. These people detested religion, and yet they put on this facade of religion. They stole the identity of Judaism, the Star of David. They hijacked the name of the Jews. It's the state of Israel. Israel is Jacob in the Torah. And all in order to gain and glean legitimacy and gain support from the evangelistic Christians and from the Jews around the world who are unfortunately not knowledgeable in their teaching in the Torah. And they knew that Jews always knew we yearned to return to the Holy Land. They knew these people they'll be able to con and get them to back them in the taking of the land. So the first thing is they changed their plans from going to Uganda or Rochester or Patagonia, which they wanted next to Argentina, and they decided they'll take Palestine. And the fact that there was people living there, that it was an inhabited land, contrary to their mantra that it was a land without a people for a people without a land. No, Palestine, the majority of people living in Palestine were the Muslim community, and then there was the Christian community and the Jewish community. This Jewish community that was living there was a minority, but a very religious Jewish community, and they all opposed this takeover, this despicable, selfish, evil takeover of the land for the Palestinian people. And that we will talk about. I will just show you what the rabbis said about this Zionism. But before we get into that, we want you to know that Jews around the world today, and without any break in history, from the day the Zionists came up to Palestine, the Jewish communities, the truly religious communities, the Jews, our hearts are rent and we cry and we feel the suffering of the people of Palestine, the people of Gaza. We feel we are humiliated because it is being done in our name. As I said, our identity is hijacked. And we oppose this. It is against God. It is forbidden. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not kill. And it's just logical that all the very religious communities should oppose it. And so is that the ones that are true to Judaism around the world oppose it. The more the religious the community, the more they oppose it.